Hey guys, and welcome to game number 13 out of 100 of my redemption series against the AI-powered Scrabble BestBot. It's been a rough start. We're 3-9, so by popular demand, the sunglasses are back. They did very well for me for a couple games in the last series, and I'm hoping this one will be no exception as we quickly need to win. And here we go. We're going to start with a bingo of avoidals. Really needed that L, so that's a good start for us, up 68-24. So it's early, but liking the sunglasses so far, and as you guys can also probably tell, I do need a haircut pretty badly. My hair has gotten pretty long, but I wanted to wait to cut it until after this game because I have been studying a lot of words, and I've got a lot of low prop bingos and nines stored up there, and I don't want to lose that while I am still battling against BestBot. So I'll probably get my haircut later today after this game. But in any case, bot plays trump for 24. Not loving my rack here, although I do have guava through this V. That looks like a good play. 29 points, unloads 3 vowels. I have a hard time believing I'm going to do much better than that. So let's go ahead and play it. Okay. Emulsoid with an S. Lemeroid, Moldier with an R. Don't have either of those at the moment, but we'll see what the bot gives us. Worth mentioning, Trump also takes an E, so you could potentially fit a bingo there, and Volt does take a D as well. So a couple of hooks there to keep in mind that very well could be relevant later in this game. And the bot ends up going with Zoo for 25, so it doesn't really give me much, although I could just extend Zoo to Zooid for 30. That, honestly, is probably a good play. I mean, 30 is a lot of points. I could also play Zoom for 36, but this leave is a lot worse. ILOU is really bad. I mean, it's not like ELMOU is a good leave, but it's considerably more palatable. And at least having the M and the E means I should have some reasonable options on my next turn. ILOU could easily result in having to exchange, which I really wouldn't want to do. I have anything through this I? See, the problem is the only tiles I have that can go after the AM are my I and my U. And obviously I can't play a word with 2 I's in a row. It's going to be tough to play anything with an IU like this, so I don't think so. It's a good spot to look, but I don't think it's quite going to happen. Nothing particularly good with Trump. Alright, yeah, I'm okay with Zooid here. Take the 30 points, just sort of see if my rack improves. Interesting. Draw KX. And the bot bingoes with Ideating, so unfortunately I happened to give the bot a tile it needed to bingo, but that was not particularly likely that it would bingo through a D in that spot. But what are you going to do? Okay, almost muskoxen. That would be pretty cool, but unfortunately not quite there. Anything from this T? Not a whole lot. What other options do I have? Have anything with Zax? Don't think so. Like Oxter almost, that doesn't work. Yeah, I can't quite go there. I just don't think I really have anything through this I. Again, the problem is I have to put a U after the I, which is not going to be easy to do. Maybe I can set up my X with like a Trump play or something. I mean, I think this is a little crazy. Like, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm doing, and if my X spot gets taken, this leave is really bad. That just seems like a little bit too extreme. I guess Emu is... Well, no, Emu doesn't set up the X, because UX is not a word. I'd have to put the U before the triple, not or after the triple, not before. So that's not going to work. How about through the I and Ideating, maybe? I don't know. I mean, mix. This leave is not great. Another thing I could honestly do is just play XU for 24. Kind of play the waiting game. I mean, it doesn't really accomplish a whole lot. Probably Lux would be a little better. It's 30. I don't think the E and the L are really helping my leave. So I'm leaning towards Lux right now. I don't like Kex. OLUM is pretty clunky. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see any good scoring options with my X here, or really with my K. So, alright, I'm going to play Lux. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Yuck. Well, at least I have Oakum. That was a horrible draw. I pulled AOOU. But like I said, at least I have the word Oakum on my rack, which I have a couple of spots for it. So one way or another, I'll be able to plod through this. Yeah, I can play Oakham here for 31, and I can also, if that gets taken, or I decide I want to play it a little safer, play Oakham for 26. And the bot plays Gins. Oof, setting up a D-hook. And I can't really do anything about it. I mean, I could play this, I guess. It partially blocks the hook, but not much. The bot can still end in a D. At least with Juve, I set up a bit of a counter threat through this K. Although, I mean, what am I going to do there? Play Mo for 30? That's not very exciting. I'd probably at that point rather just play Oakham and blow the right open, figuring if the bot takes Gins, then I'll have maybe some threats through that M with 2 blanks still left. Yeah, this also turns over some more tiles with 2 blanks and 2 S's still left. I think I just got to kind of hope that the bot doesn't hit a huge play there and maybe just scores like 40. I just don't see any way to deal with it. I mean, I'm not going to play Mojo. Well, that also just sets up a massive S-hook that the bot could easily have too. And it just gives him too much equity and still creates threats down the A column. So I'm not going to do something like that. I don't have a B for Boojum. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to obviously deal with that. I guess I could play this, but like, come on, look at this lead. At some point, it's good to think about what your opponent's threatening, but you also can't think about that so much that you end up completely destroying your rack. Like, if I keep OOOU, that's almost a guaranteed exchange on my next turn. Like, I'm way better off playing Oakham, like I said, just hoping the bot only scores 40 or so there, and then maybe I'll draw something big on the right. This is, I think, way sounder. So let's do that. Yuck. Not loving these sunglasses so much anymore, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Started out well, but these last couple of draws have been rough. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Huh, the bot doesn't cash in the D. Interesting. Maybe, is it possible the bot didn't have a D? I mean, maybe. I guess, I mean, I would be surprised if it had a D if it wouldn't just play dipped. But maybe it figures that, because there's 2 Ds left, so if it has 1 D, I doubt it has both Ds. That'd be pretty unlikely. If it has 1 D, it figures the odds of me having drawn the other D are still slim enough with only 1 more left. So it might still have the D. I mean, do I just play Moho here? I worry about falling too far behind if I trade. I mean, it's still 27 points. I think it's worth it. I don't know. EEIQ, though? It's a consonant-heavy pool. 14 vowels, 28 consonants. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, I really don't want to keep EEIQ. But 27 is a pretty sizable number of points, and I'm also not dying to exchange here. There's only 1 U left. I do have the I, so maybe I'll get a better spot for QI on my next turn. This is close. But I don't want to start falling out of range. I think I'm going to take the points for now, and hope I'll get bailed out a little bit. Oh boy. Well, I got the D, though, actually. That's good. Man, 4 E's. 12 vowels, 27 consonants. That's interesting. We'll want to watch out for that, too. It's a pretty consonant-heavy pool. So that would actually make me a little hesitant to exchange here, just because I kind of like the idea of hoarding the vowels to deprive the bot of them, especially if the bot continues to play fairly balanced plays, but we'll see. At the same time, I have 4 E's in the queue. It might be tough not to exchange. Again, it's like you have to find the balance between trying to sabotage your opponent and also not sabotaging yourself too much, and trying to plod through this might just be sabotaging myself a little much. I might be able to do this, though. I mean, that's 22. At least takes out that spot. Is it worth it? Maybe. I still don't know if... I mean, the bot might not have had a D. I just feel like it would have played Jins. Like, when it played Jins, it could have played Jins 1 spot to the left, putting the J on the double letter for the same score. And to me, without a D, that's a more logical play. Like, you give back 36-point plays from the J, but that's a little less scary than giving back potential 100-point bingos with a D, if you ask me. And wow, so cons comes down for the bot. That really makes me think it doesn't have the D. And it probably has the other S, because it could have just played con for like 4 less. So it probably doesn't have the D and it probably has the S. Now, of course, the D spot is pretty much useless. There aren't a lot of words with DC in the middle. So I think I gotta trade now. I would keep EID probably, given how constant heavy the pool is. I don't really want to just keep ED. Yeah, I think EID makes the most sense. Maybe, I wonder if the bot played the S. Did it want to block bingos under Pitta? Like ending in ED? I just realized I can't fit a bingo there, which is kind of annoying. Was it really sacrificing that much equity for defense at this point? I wonder. It'll be interesting to see in the analysis. I still think it likely has the other S. If it didn't have the S, that would be a very defensive sacrifice without having a huge lead. Yeah, I think I have to trade here. I mean, I can't play C for 15. I think, yeah, I would trade down to EID probably. I wonder if I should trade down to like just an E to go for the blanks. Like the D is not that useful now, honestly. Huh. I mean, yeah, the D, now that Jins is gone, it's funny, because like the D was such a good tile, and now that Jins is blocked, it's really just not that good. So maybe I trade more. I almost wonder if I should keep EI, given just, I mean, the pool is so constant heavy. There's more than twice as many constants as vowels. So EI might not be a crazy thing to keep instead of just an E. There's enough vowels left, though. I mean, I'll probably get 1 or 2 more vowels if I trade down to just an E, and I get more shots. Yeah, I think I'm going to trade down to just E. It's a tough call. Without 2 blanks left, I'd probably keep EI or EID, but with 2 blanks left I really want, I'm going to trade 6. Give myself the best chance to get them. So I did get the other S. Wow. So the bot played cons without the S. So maybe it had 3 other consonants then. And it just really didn't want to keep 4 consonants? Combination of that and wanting to block bingos under Pitta, but it's not up that much. Wow, that's interesting. I definitely figured that the bot had the other S, most likely, but clearly I was mistaken. Obviously, I'm happy to see the S myself. I could now definitely envision just playing Joy. Now the problem is I don't think this hits all that many bingos with the S there. So I might want to play something more along the lines of yeah. That looks better. Okay, teeny. Wow, the bot is just, I mean, playing all kinds of defense here. Interesting. It really thinks it can just hold on to this lead. I mean, for now, there are very few places to bingo. You know what else I could do? It's a little brazen. I could play Enjoy for 34. Sets up the S hook and a line on the left. That might be better. Yeah, so it's either that or K and yeah, I think, are the choices, which does set up a very nice S hook that could be actually extremely annoying for the bot to deal with. I mean, it could sacrifice equity and use a blank there if it has one, but there's not even an O left for KO. Like, how does the bot block this? I mean, it could drop a tile next to the E and the L. It could play, like, ew and woe for 10. It could play under Pitta, maybe. But then it probably gives me something more on the bottom. This is a very tempting play, guys, I have to say. I mean, this is extremely annoying. Unless the bot just has a bingo with a blank. But, like, at that point, I'm probably losing anyway. Yeah, it's tough, because that or Enjoy. Enjoy is 6 more points. It also gets rid of another consonant, which is nice. And it does fork the board. See, the problem is, if the bot just bingos now on the left, it's probably more or less over. 2 blanks, it's pretty scary. Yeah, this is tough. Like, if Yen weren't so hard to block, then I would probably play Enjoy. But, I mean, this is extremely annoying to block. for the bot, and it could stay open for multiple turns, and it's such an easy spot for me to hit. I mean, I guess, yeah, the bot could maybe play Gid or something under there to block, depending on what it has. It's possible. And, I mean, the problem is if the bot does block, I am quickly running out of space. And it might be tough for me to fork the board. Like, Enjoy is a very good opportunity to fork the board. And I might not want to... I'm not sure I'm going to get another opportunity given the state of the board and how late in the game it is. I might not want to pass up that opportunity. Also, obviously, getting rid of the extra tile and scoring 6 more points is very nice at a deficit with 2 blanks down. So, it's a very tough call. Like I said, my concern after Well, I guess I have a couple concerns. Number 1 is with this leave, I end up stuck with 1 vowel. And number 2 is that the bot could still have a decent block. And even if it does just drop 1 tile, I mean, which it very well might do, given this score. Like, it'll be up almost 40 still. I'm only going to have 1 pointers. I mean, I guess I could also try something like in here at some point and set up another hook. And threaten more scoring. I mean, maybe I could come back without a bingo at that point. Like, if the bot... That's the one nice thing about is it could induce the bot to sacrifice a ton to block. Yeah, this is actually a really tough call, guys. I can't decide what to do, and I'm running low on time. I played fast early, but there have been some tough decisions. Yeah, either or Enjoy. Really, really tough. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with I just feel like Enjoy, it's too easy for the bot to pounce, and I cut it to 30. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem with I only get 1 vowel. It'll be interesting to see how the bot reacts to this. But yeah, no, this was my exact concern with was that I would end up with consonant trouble. However, if this stays open, I can just leave it there. I mean, I could play something like glob and get rid of some of these consonants. I could also just play job instead of another hook. Try to draw like slinger. So we'll see. Yeah, that was a really fascinating turn, whether to play or Enjoy. It's just so hard to judge those kind of things. And like I said, if were not so annoying to block, I would have definitely played Enjoy. Alright, so it plays Wura. But, like, at least, again, the bot now has to score 14 to block that. So, wasn't entirely a failure in that sense. And now I have to decide, do I want to... See, the problem now with glob is this is a nice leave, but where am I going to bingo? 21... I mean, I cut it to within 24. Maybe can I set up... What if I do, like, how do I do this? I'm trying to set up a hook here. Like, if I play here, I mean, there's cram and dram. That's probably not going to work. Does this help me for blam and glam? There's clam, flam. Yeah, he's probably going to have something too. Interesting. Okay. I mean, if I just play job... I'm just not fishing for anything. Like, nothing's going to play. Interesting. Wow. It's been a tough couple of turns. Maybe I set up another S-hook. Maybe I do this. This could be annoying. I mean, if the bot plays through the L, I might still have overlaps. And now at least, like, I keep the bottom open. I could also draw a big scoring play there and maybe come back. I think I need to be proactive. Like, I'm still down on the dead board. I have the last S. I think this is reasonable. Like, if I just play job, I don't have scoring tiles. And, I mean, I'm just going to lose at some point if I don't open it up. And glob is nice for equity, but again, the bot's going to play on the bottom, and what am I going to really do with this? Then go through this N and teeny, maybe? It's going to be tough. I think I like burl. Let's see what happens. Alright. That's a nice draw. Oh, I have seeding. Oh, that was very good. Okay. And see, guys, this is why you need to be proactive. Like, I can't afford to just, block off the bottom. I need to try to draw multiple things at this point in the game. Carbon. So the bot is just going to keep scoring. I mean, I think I gotta take seeding, right? There's no... If the bot bingos with burls, then what can I say? With a blank, I mean... Yeah, the spot on the bottom, ending in an E, is a much bigger threat than under the L. It's hard to start with an A or an I. So yeah, I mean, this has to be the right play. It's 96 points. It's a lot of vowels, but I got the other blank. So I think that's a good draw. Alright, Jowl comes down quickly. So the pool... I mean, I don't think there are any big threats with the Q. So what if I just play... I mean, setting up Jowl maybe, so I might want to block Fled and stuff. What if I just do this? Like... I mean, I'm going up 22. I empty the bag, which is not ideal. I recognize that, but... I feel like I'm gonna win. I mean, I have the blank. I should be able to score. Equid doesn't fit under the L. If the bot just plays QI and TI, it probably can go out on its next turn, and I should win easily. If it plays, like, Quill through the L, or Equid from the E and Teeny, I mean, I think I'm going to have the H in the blank. Like, I should just score and win. But I do think... And what if I draw the Q? But if I draw the Q, I can play Cheese and Trumps for, like, 40. So that's good. And it's not going to be that easy for the bot to block that. Yeah, I mean, I think this looks fine. Still have 2 minutes, and I'm going to be able to think while the bot is playing its endgame. So let's take another second here, but... Yeah, I mean, I do think I want to block stuff like Fled. Like, if I draw... Well, do I need to, though? Because, I mean, is it going to be able to go out? Yeah, if I draw, like... Q... Well, QF, I don't even know then. Flood might not be enough. But, like, if I don't play C, what am I going to do? Because I don't want to get rid of my blank, and it still scores better than anything else. I can't really score very many points with all these vowels. I think this has to be the right play. Let's do it. Okay, interesting. Huh. Whoa. That was fast. Okay. I thought I was going to get a little more time. Does Chi lose to Fire? 33, 32, yeah, loses by 7. Oh. Okay. 32, Rifer. This wins, right? Surely? This is stressful. Alright, 32. I mean, I'm up 40 points. It's going to need 26. Getting 14. Rifer loses by 5. Right? So 404, 385, 390. Yeah, I think this wins by 5, guys. I mean, where else is it going out? If it doesn't go out, I'm going out. Man, I hope I'm not wrong. Phew. Wow, what a game. 404, 399. Oh, you know what? I guess I could have also played Kadi and Dins on the left. But that allows Fire. Huh. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, actually. Yeah, that probably just wins, too. Although it might not be better, because... So that would have been 39. So, I mean, I go up 47. Fire is 32. And it gets 12. So this wins by 3. Okay. So this wins also. Oh, and Feek. That gets me... Yeah, but Fiery is a couple more points. So I think this wins by 4. Okay, so several plays win by a couple of points. And Fakir might have won by the most. Yeah, but this is not what I want to do. Because now, I think I would get Q stuck. And then I would definitely lose. So that would be a very bad play. But yeah, in any case, Fakir won, which is what really mattered. Yeah, once again, 404, 399, a very, very tense 5-point win. Some good draws at the end when I needed them. But yeah, some tough turns, guys, early on. Let's see here. So the bot opens with Voidals. And then, yeah, Guava was a great play here. Nothing else is even close. Bot plays Zoo. Yeah, it's a great leave. That makes sense. Sacrificing 8 points. Not like INOT is a bad leave, but Giant is a really good leave. Oh, I didn't think about playing there with Zoom. Do I really want to do that, though? I mean, maybe I do. Yeah, I actually missed a number of... Oh, Meloid is a nice play. I didn't think about using both the E and the D hooks. Yeah, all these other plays are with... I saw Zoomed. I don't like that. Yeah, Meloid is probably the best play here. I didn't see it. I saw both of those spots. I didn't think about using them both at once, though. I mean, I don't think Zooid is terrible, but yeah, ELMOU is just not a great leave. I'd rather at that point just burn through more tiles and keep only a U. It's definitely a better play. And this is, I don't know, this just seems hard to justify. It's such a scary spot. I'd be interested to know if BestBot would have done this, but especially after a play like Zoo that signals a pretty good leave, which it turns out didn't have an S, but very well might. I don't know, I'd have been very apprehensive to do that. Let's see. I guess I could play Mark. Yeah, I didn't think about playing through the AR in that direction. I'm still fine with Lux, though. I guess I probably missed Mark on my next turn also, it turns out. But yeah, I mean, ELOUX is not that great a leave. So I think I'm okay with Lux. It also blocks some scoring plays for the bot down from the T. So, questionable turn, but I don't think Lux is bad. So yeah, the bot didn't have the D here. Wow. Yeah, I would have played Jins here. I mean, to me, giving back like a 36-point play is a lot less scary than setting up this D hook that you don't have with 2 Ds left that could stay open for who knows how long. I don't know. That's really interesting. So the bot decided to go for the long-term liability instead of the short-term liability here. That's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, my instinct would have definitely been to just, like I said, play Jins here. Figure, you know, worst case, you give up like a 36-point play. Whereas this one could really end in disaster if your opponent has a D. But I guess there's also more upside here, right? Like, if your opponent doesn't have the D, which I didn't, it might either cause them to sacrifice to block, figuring you have a D, or you might get the D and end up hitting it. So maybe that's the logic. Like, maybe I need to stop being so afraid and start looking more at the upside that, hey, what if my opponent doesn't have it? That's very interesting. Yeah, because like I said, I would have definitely played this, but I mean, the more I think about it, the more I kind of see where the bot's coming from here. So, interesting. Okay. Wow, I'm just missing a lot of plays here. Meow. Wow, that's a really cool fit. Yeah, I definitely did not think about playing through that eye with this this Val Heavy Iraq. Yeah, I saw Juke, but don't really like that leave. I still think Occam is not bad. I mean, I again was figuring the bot has a D a decent amount of the time, so I want to create a bit of a counter threat. But yeah, I should have at least seen this. There were a lot of plays here I just didn't see, which is not great. I don't really want to blame it on the sunglasses. I can still see the board pretty well, but yeah, definitely not generating plays very well so far. I still think Occam is fine. So yeah, the bot obviously doesn't have the D here, so Pitta looks good. I do think this is probably worth it, barely. And then the bot played what? Huh. Wow, interesting. Yeah, way down on equity here. Plays cons. So, I guess cons over con is partially because it has a lot of consonants. It doesn't want to end up in too much consonant trouble. But I guess here it all of a sudden decided it was now really afraid. And this is part of why, guys, I still don't love this placement of Jins, because now the bot has to start being afraid of the opening it created itself. Because now it's like, alright, it's been a few turns, I haven't gotten a D. Mac probably has a D. And I did, I just had garbage with it, but I did have a D. And now the bot has to sacrifice a lot to block. Like, that's part of what I don't love about creating these long-term threats. I mean, does the bot have to block? No, it could just play something here. These are not very well. Toby, definitely not. Yeah, there's a lot of these plays are just too risky. I mean, Yob, this leave is just not that good. I mean, that just doesn't seem great. Saiton here is not a crazy play. Like, to me, if you're going to leave it open, Saiton is a good play, because you score well, you turn over a lot of tiles for both the Ds and the blanks. Yeah, I could see Saiton. I mean, the problem now, though, is, like, you're just being so defensive. If I hit something with the D, it's almost like game over. Like, if I score 90 with a D bingo, like, where are you coming back? I mean, I guess you could still bingo above Volt, but it's not looking good. Like, this is the thing. Now that the board is shut down, pretty much aside from Jins, it just becomes a sort of scenario where, like, if someone bingos there, it's almost GG on the spot. Which is part of why I think the bot figured it needed to block that, with 2 Ds and 2 blanks still out at this point already, more than halfway through the game. So, yeah, I mean, I think at this point, given the situation the bot has created, Khans is probably not a bad play. But again, this just goes back to that Jin's turn, and why I get why it did that, but I still don't like it, because these long-term massive threats, at some point, it's gonna, unless you get lucky and draw the tile and your opponent misses it, like, at some point, they're going to stay open long enough, you're going to figure your opponent has to have it, and you have to do something about it, and that often is going to necessitate a big sacrifice. Yeah, no, I'm not playing C for 15. I'm not just playing 2 tiles with that much good stuff left. Trading here is absolutely correct. And yeah, so this was interesting. I guess the bot could have played Enjoy, but it didn't want to give that much back, so it just plays TD. Wow, yeah, just super defensive play here by BestBot. Interesting. I mean, it kind of makes sense at this point. You're going up 60, and there are very few places to bingo. So at this point, it makes sense. I mean, Enjoy, yeah, you're just, I mean, creating total chaos here, which is something I could have done. Like I said, I absolutely saw this, and I almost did it. I don't like just Joy, because I just don't hit enough with an S here. It's hard to start with an S with this rack. Yeah, re-Enjoy, I think, is just, I mean, it's not crazy, actually. I sort of saw it and then dismissed it. But, I mean, it's not that much more dangerous, honestly, than Enjoy on the left. And it does turn over more tiles. Obviously, keeping the ER in my rack is nice for bingoing. So it's not crazy either. Just a lot of options. Like I said, I just felt like with this, as we sort of saw, right, it's very hard for the bot to block this without either scoring like 10 or giving me something else back in return on the bottom, which I did end up capitalizing on. So this play actually worked out really well. I just felt with Enjoy, oftentimes I'm giving the bot such a big play on the left, and then Enjoy's is very easy to block, right? Because the bot can often just play from the C. I mean, I guess I would need an A, which is no guarantee with just 3 of them left. Maybe it's not that easy to block, but it still felt easier to block than the yeah opening. And again, I'm still depending on starting with an S. It's a lot easier to end with an S. I still think this is fine. I'd be curious to know what you guys think in the comments. This is a very, very tough turn. Do I play yeah or do I play Enjoy or re-Enjoy for that matter? But I'm okay with my decision. It worked out pretty well. He said now the bot, I mean, just goes all out here on blocking. Interesting. I mean, yeah, all of the bot's other plays are just bad. I mean, this creates another S-hook. This gives back a massive scoring spot. Yeah, I mean, this keeps 2 Ws. I guess the bot might as well just try to block. But you can kind of feel the bot is starting to just hang on by a thread here with all this defense. And I liked my play of Burl here. Again, I just feel like with Glob, it's way better on equity. But I'm still down 20-something. The bot is probably just going to play on row 15 and score. And what am I doing? Like, at some point, I'm going to need to open a line. And Burl seemed like a good opportunity to. It sets up an S-hook. I have the last S. It's not easy for... I mean, if the bot blocks, it still might... Like, if it plays FIL or whatever, it's still going to allow some overlaps, potentially. And I might be able to score down on the 8 row on my next play and reopen. And I could still hit something on the bottom, as we saw I did. So I think this was a good play. And I had a very clutch draw here, hitting seeding. But yeah, the game was not over here. I still think C has to be fine. I mean, maybe this is better to stop stuff through the L? I just worry I could run into like a QI and TI followed by Fled, although I guess I could just block Fled on my next turn. Yeah, this might be a little better just to stop plays through the L. Because if the bot plays Fled, it's probably not going to be able to go out, even if I draw the Q on its next turn. So yeah, this might be a little bit better. I still think C should win all or almost all the time, though. And yeah, I mean, the bot just I can't believe the bot instantly played this. Like, I've seen, this was not a simple endgame, and I've seen the bot take much longer on seemingly more complicated, or less complicated endgames, I should say. So I was a little surprised to see this come down immediately, and also a little bit rattled, because I only had 2 minutes, and I had to react very quickly. I figured the bot was going to take a while here. And then, yeah, like I said, in this endgame, I had a couple of winning plays. I have to be a little careful. Like, if I just play Chi here, then I lose to Fire and FE. But yeah, Cade would have been enough to outrun by 3, I think we said. Feek wins by 4, because I scored 2 more, but Fiery scores 3 more than Rifer. And then, yeah, Fakir, which looks like my best play, I think, would have won, or did win by 5. So, yeah, tight game there. Like I said, glad to come away with the win. Not my cleanest game, I don't feel like. Zuid was definitely bad. That should have been Meloid. A couple other plays early on. Lux was questionable. Oakum was questionable with Meow there. I don't necessarily think I made any bad plays other than Meloid, but just there were a couple options I didn't generate that I feel like I should have at least seen. So, not the most pleased with my level of play, but pleased with how I handled the game at the end. Yeah, a really fascinating turn. Yeah versus Enjoy. Again, if you guys have any thoughts on that, definitely let me know. And really just in any turn. This is a really good game, really interesting game. Like I said, very fortunate to get both of the blanks late in the game and come away with this 5-point win. Very, very clutch. We now improve to 4-9. And guess what, guys? That means the sunglasses are going to be back for game number 14. So hopefully the luck continues, and I look forward to seeing you all there in a couple of days. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate all your support, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.